What is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode 7 of my Out of the Park Baseball 18 franchise here with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I am finally back after quite a long absence. It's been about 4 weeks since my last episode posted. And the reason for that is, well, 2 weeks ago, I had my first free weekend in a very, very long time. I had finished APs. I had a little lull between APs and then leaving for Science Olympiad Nationals and then finals after that. And I recorded this episode and I didn't have my microphone set to recording. Sometimes you have to manually make sure that OBS has your default mic as the one that I have plugged in, and I did not double check that because I thought it would be fine, and it wasn't fine, and I lost all the audio that I recorded. I didn't lose it, it just never was recorded in the first place. So I still have the video footage, so this episode's actually going to be my first post-commentary, which takes a lot more time editing, and I just flat out did not have the time for with nationals and finals coming up. But now finals are done. I am done with school. I'm done with junior year, which was really quite a lot, but I'm done. Summer's here, ready to get back into this, so now I finally have some time to go back and do the post-com. So this is just the introduction. There'll be a lot of times you'll kind of sound like I'm cutting in and out. It's not going to be one smooth recording, obviously. So it's just I'm going to be, talking through each part. So thank you guys for joining in, and I'll be right back with the actual substance in this episode. So the 2019 season was quite successful for our Arizona Diamondbacks. With 3 games to go in the regular season, we are 82-77, and that is 1 game out of the second wild card spot. Our division rivals, the Los Angeles Dodgers, finished 110-49, and so we didn't really have a shot there, but we do have a shot at the wild card with 3 games left against Colorado. And so we need to win, and we need Miami to lose, and we have a shot at playoffs in just our 3rd season. All right, taking a look at how the team did this season, I would say our pitching staff was why we did so well. Archie Bradley had a 3.03 ERA in 204 innings pitched. Robbie Ray, 3.67 in 171 2/3. Dylan Bundy, not great, 5.11, but he is a bounce-back candidate for next year. Nathan Eovaldi had a 4.41, and Anthony Banda had a 3.30 ERA in 193 2/3 innings pitched. Eovaldi threw 194 innings. In the bullpen, Caleb Fleck as our closer, 3.21 ERA, 14 saves. JT Charjois, 1.32. Jared Miller, 1.38. Jake Barrett, 2.32. Andrew Chafin, 3.76. Josh Tomlin, the only one with the ERA above 4, 5.93. And Braden Shipley at a 3.92. Now, going through our lineups, AJ Pollock hit 232, 273 on base, 15 home runs. Mark Zanguis, 264, 12 home runs. Jake Lamb, not a great season, 197. He did have 23 home runs, but that average was abysmal from him. He had a 66 OPS plus and only worth 0.2 wins above replacement so far. Paul Goldschmidt in contract season, 264 ER average. 33 home runs, 100 RBIs. Socrates Brito, 258, 12 home runs. Mark Matias, 242 with 3 home runs. Oscar Hernandez had our highest average, 271 with 27 home runs. And Jose Iglesias hit 257 with 5 long balls. He had a 321 on base percentage. Now getting into this series with Chicago, Game 1, we've got Dylan Bundy on the mound from Arizona. Top of the first, they get a runner on third. They score 1 in the top of the first to take an early lead. Remember, we were 1 game back in the division through 2, still 1-0 Colorado. Nothing in the 4th. Top 5th, Colorado gets 1 on a few singles and a single and a couple walks. And now moving on, bottom 5, Arizona gets 1 back on a solo home run from, I believe, Dylan Bundy. Let's double check that. Yes, the pitcher helping himself out gets a solo home run to cut the lead in half. Now into the 6th inning, Bundy already has 5 walks, gets through that, so that'll be it for him. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, not a bad start for Dylan Bundy. Now going to the bullpen, we'll get Jake Barrett up and prepare for him to enter the game. Now bottom 6, a solo home run from Socrates Brito ties the game at 2 apiece. Now going into the 7th, we'll bring in Jake Barrett to relieve Bundy at 94 pitches. Solid day from him. Top 7, runner on first and second with 2 outs for Ramel Tapia, and that's driven out into center field. Pollock going back, he cannot get to it. It's off the wall. 2-run score on the triple from Ramel Tapia, and Colorado takes a 4-2 lead. Now, Tony Wolters, 3-2 pitch, he walks, so runners on the corners for Forrest Wall, 2-1 on the leadoff hitter, grounded to second base, on to first, that's the inning. But Colorado strikes for 2 runs and has a 4-2 lead heading to the 7th inning stretch. So now we're going to get up Andrew Chafin, I believe. No. JT Charjois, as Barrett required 38 pitches to get through that inning. And we will actually sit down JT Charjois and get up Braden Shipley instead. And we will pinch hit for Barrett's spot due up. We will pinch hit with Dawel Lugo. In the number 9 spot, sorry for the Thunder, but we get 2 runs back in the bottom of the 7th on a 2-run home run by AJ Pollock. Again, apologies for the Thunder in the background. So now we're going to get up Charjois. And we get nothing else that inning, but the game is tied thanks to AJ Pollock heading into the 8th. Now Charjois running into some trouble, 2 on, nobody out for Nolan Arenado. 1-2 pitch, got him looking, huge strikeout. But now David Dahl, that's grounded up the middle, 6-4. They'll hold it there, get the force out. Runners on the corners with 2 down for Ryan McMahon. 0 for 2 on the day. That's a drive into short center field. Out it goes Iglesias, he's got it, and that's the inning. So the game's still tied at 4, going to the bottom of the 8th, as we will warm up a new pitcher to replace Charjois, as he does not have the best stamina. So even though he's only at 13 pitches, we will save him for later in this series. We'll warm up our closer Caleb Fleck, as well as Andrew Chafin, depending on what happens in the bottom of the 8th. And nothing happens for Arizona, so we will bring in Chafin, I believe. Nope, we're going to go with Charjois to start it. He gets through the 9th without problem. And so, game still tied. We will pinch hit for... It's kind of complicated here, as we don't want to put in the pitcher and then lose them to the pinch hitter. But we don't want them to be tired either. So Vargas will pinch hit. And then Chafin, I believe, will come back in the 9th. So leadoff double for Jose Iglesias. He is the winning run in scoring position with no one out. We'll still get Chafin prepared for the inning. But Vargas has a chance to walk us off. 1-1 pitch. The pinch hitter is up the middle into center field. Iglesias rounds third, he will score, and Arizona walks off game number 1 against the Colorado Rockies. Now we've got game number 2. We found out that Miami also won yesterday, so we are still 1 game back. Now, top of the first, Colorado gets it started quickly with a home run from Nolan Arenado in the first, and gets another in the second, off a home run from Tony Wolters, I believe. Actually, I'm going half inning. I don't believe that one was a home run. We are hitless through 5 innings. Anthony Banda is on the mound for us. He's had a pretty good season. He gets through 6, only 2 runs. We finally break the no-hitter, but we still only have 1 hit today. Banda now gives up a home run to, I didn't see there in the 7th. He gets through the 7th, so 7 innings, 3 earned runs. Not a terrible day from him. We get 1 back in the bottom of the 7th from Jake Lamb and another from Paul Goldschmidt. Back-to-back home runs make it a 1-run game here. And we will insert Shipley. He gets through the 8th. Now looking for Jared Miller in the 9th. We will also get a pinch hitter in Lugo. He is our bona fide pinch hitter number 1 right now. As Iglesias gets on second with 1 out, he represents a tying run as Lugo gets up and hits a drive into left field, but not deep enough. Iglesias will have to hold at second, and there are 2 down for A.J. Pollock. Not a great season, but he is one of our best players. That's a looper into short center field. Dahl coming on, he's got it, and that's the inning. So Arizona's 3 outs remaining in this one, as Miller will enter the game. We'll go batter by batter here. Bases loaded. 3-2 pitch to Tapia is grounded to the right side. Second base, Vargas on to first, 1 out. Now Avisal Garcia steps up, 2-2 on him. The pitch is driven out into right center field. Pollock ranging over. He's got it. 2 down for Tony Walters, the catcher. 1-2, 0 for 3, and now 0 for 4 as he strikes out, and that's inning. So Arizona needs 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Leading off is Oscar Hernandez facing Colorado's Addison Reed, the former Diamondback. And that's grounded to the left side. On to first, Rogers. He's got it. 1 down for Jake Lamb. And that's a line drive up the middle. That's a base hit, and the tying run is on first with 1 out. Here in the 9th for Paul Goldschmidt. The 2-2 pitch is driven out into right field, or line drive to right field, caught by Blackman. 2 down for Socrates Brito. That's a fly ball to center field. Dahl has it, makes a lunging catch to end the inning, and Colorado takes game 2, but Miami also fell, so we are still even with them in the standings, and look on to game 3. Game 3, we've got our ace Archie Bradley going. We need a win and a loss by Miami to force a game 163. All right, bottom of the 1st, we get 3 runs. Colorado gets 1 back in the 2nd, and we get that back in the bottom of the 3rd. So 4-1, now 4-1 after 4, same score after 5. And Archie Bradley blows up and gives up 3 runs in the top of the 6th. The game is tied by Colorado. So Bradley at 100 pitches, that'll be it for him. 6 innings, 4 earned runs. We'll bring in Shipley, maybe, yes, to replace Bradley, as we do not score anything in the bottom of the 6th. So we bring in Braden Shipley, and he gets through the top of the 7th pretty without damage. So we will get Andrew Chafin up for the 8th and put in our pinch hitter. Who are we pinch hitting with? Jake Lamb. He didn't get the start today, so we will pinch hit with him after some deliberation by me from the past. Bottom 7th, nothing going for Arizona. All that for a very, very anticlimactic moment. Top 8th, nothing for Colorado either. Chafin gets through the inning scoreless. So we will bring in Caleb Fleck, our closer for the 9th, first appearance this series. As bottom 8th, we get a run on a home run by Paul Goldschmidt. Makes it 5-4. That'll bring in our closer, looking to send us potentially to a game 163 if Miami also loses. 1 and 2 on Trevor Story, who's pinch hitting in the pitcher spot, and he strikes out. Now it'll be Tony Wolters. 1 and 1 is the count. That is grounded down the line into the right field corner. That is a double for Colorado's catcher. Tying run on second with 1 out. Forrest Wall hitting now, and that's a fly ball into right field. Setting under it is Holt. He's got it. Runner tags onto third, and he's safe. So tying run 90 feet away in the 9th for Dylan Cozens. Pitch, ground ball. I cannot actually tell what happened there because my video was cutting out, but we win, and we force a game 163 as Miami loses. So we'll take on the Marlins in one extra game. Game 163 from Arizona. We've got Robbie Ray versus Jose Urena, and folks, you're going to want to stick around for the end of this. Miami gets a run in the top of the first and gets a second in the top of the first, so they take a 2-0 lead. We get 1 back in the bottom of the second. 2-1 after 3, 2-1 after 4, 2-1 after 5. We already have 3 errors on the game. Robbie Ray's at 91 pitches. We will let him start the inning, but we will warm up. Who are we warming up? Eovaldi will start the wild card game if we win this game. I'm having a lot of indecision here, and I eventually decide on Josh Tomlin. As Ray gets into some trouble, 2 on with 2 out, we're going to bring in Josh Tomlin to face Giancarlo Stanton, the huge power hitter. We're down by 1. We don't want to be down more. And he hits a ground ball up the middle into the center field for a base hit. Runner rounding third. He scores. It is 3-1 Miami. So Tomlin cannot get the job done. Now facing Christian Yelich, 1-2 pitch grounded to second base. Santana on to first to end the inning. Miami does get a run. So we now trail by 2. We will warm up a pitcher that will be Jared Miller. As we trail 2 after 6. Now we're going to go batter by batter. Tomlin strikes out Jeffrey Marte. Wait, what? Okay. I'm so sorry. My video is really struggling, but apparently Jeffrey Marte hits a solo home run instead. So we are now trailing by 3. My video is really struggling just because it hasn't been rendered yet. So trying to get that from this. That's embarrassing. That's very, very embarrassing. But we're going to bring in Brock Holt to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 3. We get 2 on with 1 out for Mark Zanguis, coming off a suspension. Hits a fly ball into right field. Stanton setting up underneath it. He's got it. Runners hold. 2 on, 2 out for Jake Lamb. The 1-2 pitch struck him out, and the inning is over. So we squander that scoring opportunity. And I realize I forgot to warm up a reliever. So hopefully nothing horrible happens, and Charjois gets through the 8th without giving up a run. Bottom of the 8th, we have runner on second with 2 outs. Ground ball in front of the plate. Inning over. Still trail by 3. Charjois gets through the top of the 9th, so now we are 3 outs away from our season being over. But we will keep fighting. Jose Iglesias gets a leadoff walk. We'll get up Caleb Fleck in case we force extra innings. And bring in Dawel Lugo to pinch hit. Now 3-2 pitch to him, and that's a walk. As Barclay is great stuff, but terrible command. As AJ Pollock strikes out, that's a huge strikeout. Now Mark Zanguis, 3-1 pitch, ball 4, walking the bases loaded for Jake Lamb, power hitter. That's a wild pitch. It'll score a run And the tying run now moves into scoring position for Jake Lamb. 3-1 pitch on him is grounded to the shortstop onto first, so we are down to our last out, and that is Paul Goldschmidt. And what is he going to do? Paul Goldschmidt, 1-0 pitch, driven out to left field. Back goes Yelich, but we are going to the playoffs on a walk-off 3-run home run by Paul Goldschmidt. What a way to end the regular season. So, Paul Goldschmidt, the hero in his contract season, sends us smiling into the playoffs to face the Chicago Cubs. So on that high note, that will be it for today's episode. I thank you guys for watching, sticking with me through the recording difficulties. I'm very glad to be back. I think this is going to be an awesome summer, and maybe, just maybe, there will be a new series coming not very soon, but relatively soon. But of course, I've promised like 10 new series throughout my time as a YouTuber. I hate that word. But anyway, maybe, just maybe, since I have some free time this summer, you'll actually get a new one. But I apologize if the audio did not line up with the video. I tried to get it as close as possible. And I also apologize for that huge blunder back in, what was that? That was game 163. I also recorded the wildcard game in this recording session, but decided in the end to make that a separate episode. It's going to be a very short episode, and I apologize for that, but I think it would be more meaningful to have the playoff episode be separate. And that will be just a wildcard game. Even if we win, there will not be any ALDS. So, because originally I intended for the wildcard game to be part of this episode, but that is not how we end up doing it, and which is fine. But thank you guys for watching. So great to be back. Thanks for sticking with me through all the issues. See you guys next time. Goodbye.